Alright, so we're doing a rematch of the tower once again, which the tower you might have seen from our previous videos. That is basically our very first try. And now we're back at it on basically the last day of the CBT before the servers go down once again. So it's going to be a very interesting thing to see how our strategies and everything changes up over time, you know, because it's been a course of like 2-3 days, something of the sort. I'm pretty sure like our approach and our method to the game will definitely change a lot. So from then to now, right, Cammy? How do you feel about like the situation of you playing the classes? Like, have you been sticking to just one class, or like have you changed ever since the first day?
Well, I kind of knew what I wanted to play gameplay-wise, which is ranged weapon and magic. It's just such a cool showcase of what PSO offers. And I think Ranger Force is the best way to accomplish that. You got Weak Bullet to help the team, and then the techniques, that's the elemental magic, to help push elemental mechanics on bosses. So you have two ways of contributing to the team, as well as a lot of ways to restore PP, photon points.
But I think a lot of people would question you actually. Now that you say about like the supportive elements and stuff like that, why not play Tekker Force? Well, sorry, I mean Ranger Tekker
Ranger
instead.
Tekker?
Yeah.
Because the main benefits that Tekker gives in the Phantasy Star Online 2, the other game, you don't get in this one. Like, Shifta D-Band is a support spell that increases your attack and defense, and unless you main class that, you don't get it.
So that's why you think Ranger Force is actually better.
Correct. You get more beneficial stuff off the Force subclass than you do the Tekker subclass.
So a lot more utility, so to say.
Yeah, I would say so. How about you? What led you to this choice of Star Hunter?
For me personally, when I first thought of playing NGS, right, I was just thinking that I think a combination that is more down to earth and very standard from the roots of PSO2, right, is going to be something that's very nice, because ever since like episode 2 of PSO2, I've been playing Gunner Hunter since the very beginning. So it's something that is a bit of a throwback for me, and also it just really makes sense, right? Where Gunner is a more close quarters class when it comes to like playing range. You're not really range, although in NGS you can play a bit more range than the usual PSO2. But I still feel like the concept and everything is still there, which is why I think that having the tankiness and also the versatility of the Hunter class, and also Sword just looks super cool in NGS. Like, look at this, okay? Here's an example.
Yeah, let's see,
Boom!
let's see.
Just like that. So fancy.
Nice.
I think it's extremely cool.
Oh, we got one more straggler.
And I think it just really fits, because like I said, Gunner is a very close range class. And yeah, it just works so well with the movement options and stuff that we are provided.
Speaking of the movement options, we have all these floats, triple jumps, wall jumps, and this is the hardest jump in the beta, right here.
Because this one you have to double jump, float, and then hit the wall, and then actually jump over it again with the wall kick. But I failed there miserably because I haven't practiced.
I tried to get the wall kick there too. Let me see if I get it. Second try is the charm.
It's okay though, because the cocoon doesn't really like punish you too much for like failing all this stuff. And then even if you really can't get the jump right, you can kill the enemies down below to open the gate down below to make it a lot easier for you. And then there we go, I got the jump there. So now I got through that area.
I also
seamlessly.
got the jump, third time's the charm.
Yep.
So we're pretty similar on pace. I'm not using a weak bullet on this. He has very little health.
We're good.
Plus, I want to save him for the boss.
Which is very cool, by the way. I love the boss. So yeah, the cocoon overall, in case you don't know or haven't watched the previous video and stuff, it's basically the quote-unquote final test of the tutorial of the game. I consider a lot of these like cocoon stuff basically the game's tutorial, because you really get to learn a lot of the basics of the game through the cocoons and stuff, whether it be the movement, the combat, the action, and a lot of the new stuff in New Genesis that basically just isn't available in base PSO2 right now. And I got a friend request out of nowhere. But yeah.
Oh, did you lose your height because of that?
Yeah. It's okay. I can take care of that
Oh,
during the middle of here. There we go. The menu should be out now. And we should be good. Anyways, like I was saying, it's the final test of the CBT basically, because this enemy is also one of the more difficult raid-y enemies that do appear in like the 32-man field, which later on we'll be trying to hunt the super giga raid version of. So this one is actually really good practice for it as well. But yeah, I feel like the tower is just a really good quest that really provides you a lot of knowledge and also experience for you to go through just about every feature of the game, from the movement, the parkour, the combat, and really just to let you get a taste of all the types of enemies that are in the game as well. What do you think, Cam?
I think so too. It's the obvious tutorial, and I like the way that they tie it to your skill points to make you have to approach this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That way, everybody doing the quest together is a little more equipped to contribute to the group.
Yeah, it's kind of like Shek in a way, Gear Shek in a way. Well, not really a Gear Shek.
Exactly.
Something of the sort. The same concept, you know?
Ooh, his leg just went backwards. You see that?
Yeah. Maybe you just hit him so hard, right?
Right.
Now, one of the cool things about New Genesis that I find also is that there's no like one proper way to fight like a certain enemy or something, because there are so many versatility that you can do in the movement, and also having that versatility gives you this edge in really just the combat. Like for example, here I'm playing aerial gunner now instead of playing on the ground, or like right here I have my Shane up and then now I'm charging my hunter sword to have a really big Shane finish damage that normally I would not be able to get with the gunner's TMG. So it's just one of those things where you can really be creative with a lot of your approaches in gameplay, and I feel like New Genesis really does support it in both design and also just game in general, and that's a clear before we even got anywhere too far with the commentary. 650 is our best time so far, so I think that was really, really clean. What do you think, Cam?
Yeah. I still think we can improve upon that even with the remaining time in the beta, but we have a gigantic to hunt.
Yep. So with that, our new record. Hope you enjoyed our commentary and just a little bit of a insight into how we chose our classes, and then you get to see how much better we are in the game now on the third day of playing. So, hope you enjoyed!